Good morning. Right, we're going to change the airbag module. It's a common problem on these Fiat Ducatos. I've opted to have a brand new one. I did have it repaired initially, but the repair failed. But the company was very fair, and I said I'd have the new module, and they did a good deal for me. So we're going to crack on with it. We're going to get the module replaced. I'm going to do it in steps, because if you don't follow some of these steps you could probably damage the system in your car. So the first step is, once you get into your car, lock all your doors. Just make sure they're all locked, and then secondly, turn off all of your electrics. Make sure there's no electrics on at all. Okay, don't be tempted to open the doors again, because if you do, it'll knock the whole system out of sync, and apparently that's what you've got to do. You've got to let the system it's just got to calm down basically. It's just got to not be active. I don't understand the terminology behind it. I don't have to. I just know the procedure to do it, and that's all that's important. Okay, so once you've done that, make sure you don't turn anything on, no lights, anything. Just leave everything off. And then what you must do apparently is wait a minimum of 3 minutes, but they recommend 10 minutes. So wait 10 minutes, just let the system totally calm down, and then you can start work. Okay, so while we're waiting for the system to just calm down, I'm going to have to take off the battery cover, which is located here. And that's easy. I'll just use an old coin, got an old euro here. And you take off, just undo them all. No problem at all. There you go. That's that done. And then we'll just take off the cover. Try and do this without getting away the camera too much. You can use a small screwdriver as well if you want. Just one of these small ones. I think a coin's just as easy. Okay, so let's just lift it up. There you go. It slides out lovely. It's a bit shaky, I know, but that's it. That's the first stage. Then we'll carry on waiting until that 10 minutes is up, and then I'll disconnect the battery. Now the only thing you have to take off is the negative, and it's really easy. All it is a clip down there. Well, on this model anyway. I'm not sure. Some of the other models, I think they're still got the nut and the bolt, but this one's easy. Now, what they say a lot of the time is that the battery can be the fault of the airbag module going. But actually, it's the module itself's the problem. But if there's a dip in the voltage or something, or if the van's been stored and the battery's gone down, apparently it just trips off the airbag module, and then, well, it has to be sent off and repaired or replaced. So I had the battery changed. For how much it cost, which was, not what I wanted to pay, but I thought it was worth it. The car's coming up to, well, it was manufactured in 2019, even though it's a 2020 model. So the battery's 5 years old probably, and I thought it's just easier to replace it, and that's going to last for it's got a 5-year warranty on the battery, so there shouldn't be any problems for the next 5 years. Okay, so There's the module, and here's the cover that we have to take off because you can't get the module out without removing that cover. And on the left hand side, just up there, it hooks underneath, and it's a bugger to get out, but you can do it. You just have to wriggle it out, but it is awkward. So I'll show you that later on, but we'll get that out, and then we'll disconnect the battery. 10 minutes will be up by then. I'll tell you something, it's a tight squeeze in here. Okay, it's a star key. Oh, don't know if you can see that. It's a 25. It's easy enough to do. It's not a hard job, it's a bit awkward. Make sure you put all your screws out of the way, somewhere nice and safe so you don't lose them. And just remember, when you're doing it, try not to get frustrated, because you'll just end up losing your rag and you'll break something, and then you'll get even more frustrated. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can get it out in one go. So this side here is easy. It's the other side that's bloody awkward. But we'll get there. Here we go. Look, try it. Come on. I can see some genius in the field came up with this idea. I'm sure he's never done a day's, or they've never done a day's work in their life, but there you go. Oh, bloody awkward. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's try something else. There you go. So, let's grab the phone. Okay, so that's the trick to doing it. It's that lip. There you go. Sorry, it's that lip there that's catching it. So what you have to do is you have to move all of this. Hold on a minute, I need to pull out for a bit. Is that focus? So where this goes, underneath here, pull it sideways first, and then it'll come out quite easily. So the next stage is to disconnect the battery. We only need to disconnect the neutral. Don't have to touch the live at all. What I do is I'll disconnect it, and then I'll isolate this, so nothing, there's no chance of that jumping back, touching it, anything like that. And once we've done that, we can take the module off. So like I say, it's been 10 minutes. Don't open any doors, no lights, nothing. Okay, so this is easy enough to do. You just pull the switch across, unclips it, that's it, that's isolated. I'll wrap it in there and just stick it down into the footwell, and then just to be overcautious, I'll just stick another rag on top of that, and now I know there's no chance of anything touching the electric whatsoever. Okay, so that's great. Let's remove the module. The battery's disconnected. We want to remove the module, which means I'll undo the 3 nuts to start with, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it's a 10mm spanner. Let's find out. Yep, that's easy enough. There we go. That's all three of those out. Now, if you have a look, I might have to get the camera. Let's have a look. Neat. Right. Let's see how close you can get. Okay. Now, if you look here, there's a little button right there on the grey bit. If that's in focus. You have to push that button in before you can pull the yellow tag. So I'll try it with one hand. No, it's quite hard with one hand. I'll go and use two hands. Let me just put this camera back in there. Hopefully you can see that. I think so. Okay, so let's just lift it up a little bit. So, yellow button there. So push the yellow button in. It's quite tight. And you really do have to press it in quite a bit. It'll go. I know it'll go, so I've done it before. There you go. That's one. Let's just get that module up. That comes out. And it'll be the same on this side. Push the button in. There you go. Just gently ease them out. And there you go. One module. So we'll get that sent off. And we'll get a new one back. Apparently you have to send this one off. It's something to do. They have to take the data off it because it's matched to your car. Ah well, that's the way it is. So that's it for now. And I'll carry on doing the video when the module comes back. Okay, so it's the next day and the new module has arrived from Crash Data. This was a brand new module and it's a different code. So the code there done, but that's different. So this is an updated model. Obviously there was well, I know there was a problem because I've read up on it. There was a problem with the airbag sensors. Obviously this should have been a recall, but it wasn't. So let's get it fitted in, and fingers crossed everything will be okay. Okay, so putting it in is obviously the reverse to taking it out. Just be nice and gentle. These wires here, they're really, really thin. So let's just be very gentle. Just try and get everything lined up. There we go. So that's one in. Snapped in, no problem at all. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, there you go. Just push it across. It clicks in place. And that should be it. And just put the nuts back onto it. There's that one done. There you go. Pinch them up. That's it. Don't over tighten. Okay, that's that done. Let's connect the battery then. So, first things you got to do. This really is awkward to get into, I tell you. Let's just take that off. And bring this up. Okay. What I'm going to do is just make sure that the vent pipe is down. That's out the way. Excellent. it's just a case of, see, there's the, that's all it is, that's just the clip there, you can see it. So it's just a case of just popping that back on, push it down nice and tight, and push it across. That's it, that's locked in place. Now, to my understanding, you have to wait 30 seconds at least before you turn your engine back on. And on some of the recommendations, you put your lights on first. I don't know what that's about, but my lights are on the side lights anyway, all the time. I didn't hear any funny buzzes or anything, so hopefully that should be it. Let's start the car up, and then I'll put all the panels back. Let's see if it works first. Okay, so let's give it a try. There we go. Key in. Okay. Okay, so the airbag warning light hasn't come on. Oh, thank you. That's enough of that. If you have a fitted radio, you'll probably have to recode it, as it's just an add-on, so there was no problem with that. I'll have to reset the clock, obviously, but that's not a big deal. Let me just put the seatbelt on, and we'll see if that should go out as well nicely. Yep, that's that. Okay, so fingers crossed and all that type of stuff. That should be it. It's a brand new unit, it's a different unit, it's a different coded unit, so hopefully they've ironed that problem out and it should never happen again. Now, the company I went with was, let's get that back into focus, was Crash Data. They were very good to work with, to be fair. They're nice and quick with their replies, nothing confusing. They don't like to do a lot of chatter, I'm glad to say, so it's short and sweet. No problems at all. Like I say, I had a unit repaired, it didn't work. That wasn't a big problem at all. I just got in touch with the company and they were very, very communicative, and I've received this. I sent the unit off yesterday at around 2:30, and I got it at 11:30 today. So the turnaround was absolutely magnificent. I'm really happy with that. So okay, well that's it. That's all I can say about it. That was it. Let's get everything else fitted back in. Okay, so hopefully you can see this on the camera. So this is that awkward little panel that goes in. So I think if you put it on the outside, don't try and slide it underneath, put it on the outside here, and then there you go, you just pop straight the way back in. Oh yes, that's easier. There you go, and that's it. Just tighten it up. It's really not rocket science. It's awkward more than anything. And that's it. I hope this video helped. If you did, just give us a quick thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. And share it, because it might help somebody else. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again soon. Take care now.